Unit 5, page 54. Listening. Exercise C. Now listen to the interview. Choose the correct answer for each question.
Hello and welcome to the Trip of a Lifetime on 101.2 Teen FM. If you've listened to the programme before, you'll know that we interview a young traveller each week about a trip they're planning. On today's programme, we have Megan Douglas, who's planning a trip to the Australian outback. So if anyone is interested in joining the trip, please call in.
Hello.
Megan, I understand you're going on a trip down under.
That's right. But I'm not going to Sydney or the Gold Coast like most tourists. I'm going into the rugged outback.
What exactly is the outback?
Well, the outback is the remote, rural part of Australia, which, for the most part, means the desert. A lot of the outback is desert. Did you know that it's the driest continent on Earth?
Question 1. What part of Australia is the outback?
Really? That's interesting. So tell us about the places you're going to see.
Well, I'll spend most of my time in the Kimberley region.
Where's that exactly?
Well, it's a large region in the northern part of the state of Western Australia. Western Australia is one of the states in Australia. It's the one that Perth is located in. But I won't go to Perth on this trip. Perhaps on my next trip. I'll be in the north for most of my time. I'm going to Darwin, Kakadu National Park, and Kimberley.
Question 2. Which place is Megan not going to visit?
The landscape there is supposed to be amazing. I'm told its beauty has to be seen to be believed. Apparently, what makes it special are all the different colours. Many parts of the outback are bright red. A big part of the desert is red.
Really?
Yes, but it's not all desert. In Kimberley, the landscape will be very varied. As well as desert, there are lakes, waterfalls, rivers, and even patches of green forest. Also, many different tribes of Aborigines live in this part of Australia. And on this trip, we could be lucky and see some of them, as well as some ancient Aboriginal rock art.
Question 3. What is special about this part of Australia?
Do you think you'll see any of the many poisonous or dangerous animals Australia is famous for?
Actually, yes. I hope we'll see some crocodiles, or should I say crocs. That's what they're called in Australia. We are flying into Darwin before heading to Kimberley, and we're going to visit Kakadu National Park. They say it is very green, unspoilt, and absolutely gorgeous.
Is that where you can see the crocodiles?
Yes, you can usually see crocs sunning themselves on the banks of the Alligator River.
Question 4. Where can Megan see crocodiles?
Are they crocs or alligators?
They are most definitely crocs. The rivers are called Alligator Rivers because an English explorer of the 19th century, Philip Parker King, mistook the crocodiles for alligators and named them Alligator Rivers.
Oh, I see. So he thought they were alligators, but they were in fact crocodiles. Are you a little nervous about seeing crocodiles?
Not really. We'll be on a boat, so there really is no danger of us being attacked or anything. In fact, I'm sure they'll just ignore us as we sail by.
Question 5. How did alligator rivers get their name?
Any other exciting plans?
Yes, we're going on a camel safari.
Camels? Do they have camels in Australia?
Yes, they most certainly do. There are a lot of wild ones too. They were brought there by the early explorers to use as transport in the desert when they were exploring. There are lots of wild camels wandering in the desert now. It's amazing that anything can survive in such hot and dry conditions.
Yes, quite. How hot will it get?
When we are there, it could reach 40 degrees.
That's hot.
Question 6. What do we learn about the camels in Australia? Unit 5, page 55. Speaking. Exercise A. Listen to 3 students talking. Which of the following are they talking about?
Wow, this is pretty exciting, isn't it? Yes, it is. So what shall we do over the 3 days?
Well, it seems they all have pretty different interests. I think we need to come up with a program that will have something for everyone.
I agree. Me too. We could combine a little sightseeing, food, dancing, the sea, and perhaps some shopping. Maybe, but some of them hate shopping and sightseeing.
I know, but they've never been here before, remember? Don't you think they should see something of our city?
Yes, I suppose you're right. We could spend Friday doing a little shopping and some sightseeing, couldn't we? I don't see why not. Perhaps we could take them to the British Museum in the morning and then to Soho for lunch. I'm not sure lunch in Soho is such a good idea. I think it will be boring. But if they find the museum boring, they can pop into some shops in Soho and do some shopping.
True. They'll probably like the museum, though, because there's so much to see. Also, I think a picnic lunch on the London Eye would be much better than lunch in Soho.
Yes, I suppose. It might be better to give them the freedom to choose what they'd like to see most. Yes, but we've still got to make some suggestions. I know. How about going down to Brighton on Saturday?
Yes, they'll like that, spending an afternoon.
Unit 5, page 55. Speaking. Exercise B. Listen again and tick the ways of expressing uncertainty they use.
Wow, this is pretty exciting, isn't it? Yes, it is. So what should